Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bear's Den. Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bear's Den.
But rolling along here, Billy LaPlante on the inside row to the outside Lefebvre. Second row, it'll be Castell to the outside. We'll go the 6 machine is now making his way up through is the 27 machine as he puts a little fender love as they head into turns number 1. Quickly off to the race lead, it is the Lefebvre with a race lead. We're going to yellow as Austin get back on the inside pole and that green 05 car to the outside, the 24, Billy LaPlante. As now we got green flag back onto the field. The 06 machine of Lefebvre is back underway. Green flag on the track. No laps completed here for the Bandits. As it will be Lefebvre off to the early race lead. Now coming to the outside is the Daryl Mitchell car. Gets up on the wheel just a little bit and has to back off as now the 27 machine gets to the inside of him. And now it's a three-way battle for the lead as they take it to turn 1. Daryl Mitchell bonsai move into turn number 1. Mitchell now your race leader. He'll come out of 2 with the race lead once again. Down to the backstretch, they'll fire. The 27 car in pursuit. Lefebvre got shuffled back to 3rd on that one. Mitchell now with a daring move up front leads coming out of turn number 4. Mitchell, your race leader on lap number 3 as they come around. He'll head into turn number 1, goes to the high side coming out of 2. Back to the inside will go the 27 machine. Mitchell. Miller and that number 27 machine as now Mitchell into turn number 3. Mitchell back to the bottom. Your race leader here on lap number 2. Halfway home for Daryl Mitchell. Daryl Mitchell out of Snai as he'll go into turn number 1 and 2. Mitchell, daring move to get the race lead here in this heat race. First heat race of the night for the 4-cylinder Bandits. He'll fire down to the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Miller in pursuit in that number 27 machine out of turn number 4. Here comes the 37, Daryl Mitchell with just 2 laps remaining. Daryl Mitchell now into turn number 2. Daryl Mitchell back to the middle of the track. He'll go to the high side coming out of 2. Down to the backstretch, he'll fire. Miller rides along in 2nd and Lefebvre in 3rd. Mitchell now back to the bottom coming out of turn number 4. He's got 4 more turns of the steering wheel. We got white flag on the track. Daryl Mitchell all alone up front, but a 10-car length lead for him. Daryl Mitchell looking to get back to winning ways here at MIR. Down to the backstretch will go the 37 machine of Daryl Mitchell. Mitchell will go into turns 3 and 4, followed by Miller and Lefebvre. As Mitchell gets a little squirrely coming out of 4, backs off the gas just ever so slightly, comes around for the checkered flag heat race number 1 in the books for the 4-cylinder Bandits tonight. Daryl Mitchell, your heat winner for race number 1.
And then your track champion, Matthew Olbay in the 89. Like to welcome back Peter Tsunami aboard the number 91 here tonight. Peter rejoining the field here after a lengthy time away from us. Green flag is in the air. We're off and running. Matt Zyra up to the early lead, but here comes Corey Castell on that top side of the speedway off of corner number 2 and down the back straightaway. He'll grab the lead. Stuart Musow, 3-time winner this year, works it up into spot number 2, and Obey working from the back of the field 7 times the winner, including the last 5 in a row here. Works it up into that 3rd spot. Frederick Frobert rounds out the top 5 with Peter Tsunami in tow in spot number 6 as they make their way down the back straightaway in a whole lot of hurry. The top 3 are nose to tail except for Obey. He makes his way down to the inside of Stuart Musow to try to grab the number 2 spot going into turns 3 and 4. Obey is going to stick it down to the bottom of the speedway, and he will get by the 101 of Musow as Corey Castell just about got the wall coming off of turn number 4, and Obey's slide job on Stuart Musow to pick up spot number 2 as they make their way down the back straightaway in a whole lot of hurry. Top 3 have broken away by about 3 car lengths on Matt Zyra, who's got Frederick Faubert all over the back bumper of him. Peter Tsunami in the 91 completes the rest of the field. Halfway sign is out. 3 in and 3 more remain, and Corey Castell looking pretty strong here in the early going, but Matthew Obey is right there with him as they make their way down the back straightaway. Stuart Musal has lost touch with the leaders now. He's back to about 4 car lengths behind the top 2 drivers. Frederick Faubert starting to move forward in the 06. He gets by Manzara for that 4th spot. Battle for the lead. 2 laps left to go. Matthew Obey in control of this race now as he makes his way into turns 1 and 2 at the top spot. Corey Castell relegated to 2nd, then Stuart Musal rounds out the top 3, but Musal trying to run down the top 2 drivers late in the going as they'll come around turns 3 and 4. White flag will be displayed. Matthew Obey gets a little bit loose through turn number 4, allowing Castell to close the gap as they make their way down in front. Stuart Musal is 3rd, then it's Faubert, Zyra, and Peter Tsunami in that order. Down the back straightaway for the final time. Musal again out of shape off of corner number 2. Not going to be able to catch the leaders this time, but into turns 3 and 4 they go. Checkered flag will wave, and Matthew Obey continues his dominant season. Grabs the win in heat number 2 for the Bandits. Castell, Musal, your top 3, then it's Frederick Faubert, Matt Zyra, and Peter Tsunami rounding out the rest of your...
Alongside him is the 2 of Matthew Shantosh. 4th row, Brad Reef to the outside. It'll go Dan Reef along with here of the 11 of Brian Green, Bailey McDonald, and the 29 machine of Joel Hargrave. Green flag back onto the field now for this as here comes Robinson back onto the inside, down to the backstretch they'll fire. As now Robinson, your race leader, he's got Waldriff, he brought him along with him. We've got a car up and over and spinning in between turns 3 and 4. Brian Green evades the car, and I do believe that is the 2 of Matthew Shantosh, who took an awful tumble.
Shantosh is down here in the front stretch. That might have been, I think that was Brad Reef over there.
Goodness gracious.
Wow.
Up and outside with the 8 of Harley Brown. Correction on that, that's a 60 of Scotty Woldruff. Tim Reef in that second row along with Sylvain Laframboy, your top 4 cars. 1 lap in, green flag, racing conditions back underway here for the Mod Lights. Robinson takes it into turn number 1 with the 60 of Scott Waldriff in hot pursuit here. Waldriff on the rear bumper now. He's going to go to the inside. Robinson will slam that door shut as they'll take it down into turns 3 and 4. Robinson, he'll hug the bottom as he'll come out of turn number 4 as Waldriff able to get up alongside of him as Robinson slipped up the racing surface just ever so slightly. Robinson now to the top side. In behind now, here comes the 60 of Scott Waldriff. Waldriff found that open lane on the bottom and scooted by him. Back to the bottom will go Robinson. Now Laframboy, he enters the fray for the top 3 positions. Tim Reef back up there, top 5. And now here comes the 29 car of Hargrave. Hargrave cracks the top 5 for the first time tonight in the Mod Lights. Scotty Waldruff, he won here a few weeks ago, first career win in the Mod Lights. Now Robinson going to look to change lanes here as he'll go a little higher going to turn 3. Nope, he'll back it back down as he'll go to the bottom coming out of turn 4. Scotty Waldruff, your race leader, followed by the 88 of Matthew Robinson, the 7 of Sylvain Laframboy, your top 3. Waldruff now breaking the pace here. Setting the pace rather as he's up front in the first place. Robinson in second. To the third place will go Laframboy, and Hargrave rides around in 4th, and now the 8 car of Brown gets around Tim Reef for that number 5 spot. 5 laps in. And Scotty Waldruff will take it out of turn 2. Down to the backstretch, he'll fire. Now the race for the 3rd spot is the one to watch. Here comes Hargrave on the inside. He'll slip past the 7 of Laframboy as they head into turns 3 and 4. Laframboy back to the top side. Hargrave, he's got a whole handle of that Suni Canton machine as he's now in the top 3, sets his sights on the leaders. It is Waldriff up front, followed by Robinson, as now Laframboy will drift high coming out of turn 2, lose a bunch of real estate. Here comes Harley Brown. Harley Brown will take a peek to the inside, looking for that number 4 spot. Can he get away from Laframboy? As Brown now back to the inside, coming out of 4. Laframboy will hold on to this time. 1 lap remaining here for the Mod Lights. And Scotty Waldruff fires down to the backstretch. He's pursued by the 88 machine of Matthew Robinson. Waldruff back to the bottom along with Robinson, but with a full head of steam. Here comes Joe Hargrave to the outside. Does he have enough time? No siree, as the 60 of Scotty Waldruff will come away with a checkered flag in tonight's Mod Light heat race. In second place will go the 88 car of Robinson, followed by the 29 of Hargrave, the 7 of Sylvain Laframboy.
B&M Performance Cycles, 439 South Main Street, Messina, New York. We handle all parts, accessories, and do all repairs. We can custom build your bike for show or hot rod. We also do New York State inspections on all motorcycles. B&M Performance Cycles. Come see us today.
Meet Peggy. She's a loyal player at Akwesasne Mohawk Casino and is bringing her brother Mark, who's new to Mohawk Casino, on Tuesday. Mark gets $15 for being a new Winners Club member, and Peggy gets $15 for bringing Mark. It's that easy. So if Peggy brings a member of her class of 64 each time she visits, then that's, well, you get the point. Visit Akwesasne Mohawk Casino this month and bring a friend. One bring your friend offer per person per day. That with your head, not over it. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-846-7369.
29 of Tommy Conklin with the 77 of Lee Miller, and Brian McDonald aboard the M96 tonight. Ready to go green. 10 laps. The distance green is sort of in the air. And Austin's going to let this one go down the back straightaway. They go. A little smoke coming out of the back end of Mario Claire's 22. Up in front, though, Rabi leads the way. This is very important. Billy Dunn trying to get by on the bottom side of the speedway off of corner number 4. And is Rabi your race leader as they make their way down into turns 1 and 2. And a bunch of smoke now coming out of the back of the 22 of Claire. Billy Dunn settles back into the 3rd spot. Then it is Timmy O'Brien into 4th. McDonald is on the charge. Coming up into the number 5 spot after starting in 7th as we work lap number 2 this time by. It's Rabi, your race leader. And Billy Dunn is having some vision problems for sure, trying to get by Mario Claire, and he will do so. So now he's got clear racetrack in front of him to try to catch the 01 of Rabi down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Now Rabi sets it on the bottom. Billy Dunn right there with him on the bottom as well, off of corner number 4. And there looks like there's some flames coming out from underneath the Mario Claire 22 machine as they work into turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. And report from the officials, there looks like there might be some sort of flame coming out from the right side of the 22. We're going to go caution here. And looking at Claire's ride, it's just still some smoke coming out of it, but
he had that smoke coming out during the hot lap session.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a guess and say maybe a valve cover is let loose.
It could.
The gasket not quite sticking,
It
making
could
seal.
be. Yeah, it very well could be. And
If it's
complete, ready to go green. 6 laps left to go. We're back underway. Green is in the air. Rabi on the hammer. Down in front they go. Billy Dunn thought maybe he was going to try to jump to the top shelf to try to get by Rabi from the number 1 spot, but he elects to go to the bottom. Timmy O'Brien in that 88 machine's got that ride running really well now, and Dunn's going to move it up to the top shelf, coming into turns 3 and 4. Dunn on the top side. Rabi moves up to throw the block at him coming down the front stretch. This is how important these points are, and Billy Dunn's going to let him know that he is not quite happy with that move. Down the back straightaway, and Billy Dunn is all over the back end of the C&B Enterprises 01 of Rabi into turns 3 and 4, and Rabi is making it tough on Billy Dunn coming up off the turn. Down in front they go. Dunn is your race leader, and Timmy O'Brien with a problem in the 88. He's going to go to the infield. Meanwhile, Dunn down to the inside, Rabi to the top side as they make their way down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Dunn sets it down on the bottom. Rabi back up to the top side. They make contact coming off of corner number 4, and Dunn with the advantage coming down the front straightaway, but here comes Rabi after him. They make contact again in turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Billy Dunn won't put up with this for much longer as they make their way down the back straightaway. They almost run out of racetrack. Going into turns 3 and 4. Sideways, almost into the wall. Coming into turn number 4. Rabi with the lead. Off of corner number 4, we've got 2 laps left to go, and Billy Dunn is not about to back down from Rabi. Rabi's not about to back down from Billy Dunn. Down the back straightaway they go. 2 cars fighting it out for the win. 2 cars fighting it out for the track championship, and Chris Rabi has the advantage. Down the front straightaway, white is in the air. And Billy Dunn now will try to set him up going into turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway, but Rabi gets a strong bite down the back stretch. Coming down into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Checkered flag will wave, and this is the battle for the track championship. Rabi has the win. Second will go to Billy Dunn. Third will be Brian McDonald. Tommy Conklin comes home into 4th, and Lee Miller in the 77 in his Mohawk debut will cross in 5th. Wow.
Game on.
Yeah.
Ready to look for a green flag, folks. I hope I can make it sound as good as Tim Baltz did for that last heat race. They fire coming out of 4. It is Whitaker. Now, as he comes down to take the green flag, we're under green flag racing conditions. Preston Forbes in second now. He's got some tough company behind him, but that opens the door for Bartlett. Bartlett out of Watertown area is now the bumper's touch of the 77X of Bartlett and Plank. Preston Forbes going to be the meat in that sandwich. Robbie Bellinger, correction, in that 55 machine. Preston Forbes drifts up on the track, makes a little hip check of Dale Plank. No problem from him, but the victor out of this one. 38 machine of Luke Whitaker. He is all alone up front, but here comes the Plinkinator out of turn number 4. He smashes the gas coming down to the flag stand, 2 laps in. It is Dale Plank now rides along in second. Whitaker up front. Here comes the 55 of Robbie Bellinger. Robbie Bellinger, multi-talented driver, races at many various tracks throughout New York State down to Brewerton on Friday nights. Riding along in fourth now, the 007 of Roy Tarbell. Whitaker all alone up front. He's got Dale Plank in second position, looking to reel him in, but now coming out of turn number 2, it is the 007 of Roy Tarbell. The smoking gun rides along in third. He'll kick that left front sneaker up coming out of turn 4. Looks to set his sights on the 77X machine of Dale Plank. Whitaker now with about a 20-car length lead down to the backstretch. He'll go. He enters turn number 4, enters turn number 3, coming out of 4. Whitaker continues to lead halfway home. Plank in second, Tarbell in third. Robbie Bellinger rides in fourth, and rounding out the top 5 is Kerry Terrance. Here comes Terrance now to the high side. The race for that number 4 spot is the one to watch. Terrance on the top side. Here comes the 55 of Bellinger. Bellinger goes low. Terrance goes high. Coming out of turn 4. Bellinger's got the number 4 spot, but for how long? Now back to the top side. We'll go Kerry Terrance. He powers by out of turn number 1. Now down to town 2. It is Bellinger. He'll catch him here in pursuit. Side by side, they'll go into turns 3 and 4. Bellinger, he'll drift up just ever so slightly, but Kerry Terrance round to the flag stand. They battle for that number 4 spot, tooth and nail. Terrance gets a little high coming into turn 2, backs off, but powers back to the clay coming out of turn 2. Back to the high side, we'll go Kerry Terrance. Bellinger back on the bottom now. He'll go up to the top shelf, look for a little more moisture out of that number 55 machine. Kerry Terrance to the top side now. He's got that number 4 spot locked up. 2 more laps remaining. Luke Whitaker, your race leader. He bobbles a bit in between turns 3 and 4. Coming out of 4. Here comes Dale Plank in second. The smoking gun rides in third. Kerry Terrance in fourth. Robbie Bellinger will round up your top 5. White flag on the field. Heat race number 2 here for the for the modifieds. As now Whitaker coming out of turn number 4. It'll be Luke Whitaker round to collect the checkered flag for heat race number 2. Dale Plank, Roy Tarbell, Kerry Terrance, and Robbie Bellinger will round out.
Twin Leaf Fresh Express is the smart choice for feel-good, fresh food that's ready when you are. The first convenient stop in Hogansburg when driving from Messina. A food court with free Wi-Fi and plenty of room to lounge with family and friends or eat on the run. Menu items with only the freshest ingredients. Wings, pizza, salads, and sandwiches with lunch specials posted daily on Facebook. And don't forget dessert. Over 20 flavors of ice cream, shakes, slushies, and frozen yogurt. Twin Leaf Fresh Express, the smart choice for feel-good, fresh food that's ready when you are.
Fox Hill Golf and Country Club has an early bird special that will save you money. Monday through Thursday, tee off by 11 a.m. and get 11 holes of golf with the cart for $20 or 11 holes walking for $10. Make a date on Friday. All day he pays and she plays for free. Don't forget the large driving range and practice putting green. And as always, Canadian money is at par.
The 4, Laurent Ladisser, and the 23, 19 of Luke Stewart, and the 15 of Travis Stacy making his first modified appearance here with us at Mohawk in 2012. Green flag is out. We're off and running, and Zach Albertine to the early lead. Bartlett right there with him in that number 2 spot, but here comes a pocket rocket to the top side of the speedway off of corner number 4. Slow machine as they all get by on the top side.
Sweet Mother Moses.
And I'll tell you what, everybody had to show their honesty there. Down into turns 3 and 4, the pocket rocket. Danny O'Brien to the top shelf through 3 and 4. He drives around Zach Albertine, goes to the lead down the front straightaway. Albertine relegated to second. The battle is on for spot number 4 right now as Laura Ladisser in the 23 has Shane Pecor just behind a black flag coming out for the 15 of Travis Stacy. He's moving very slowly around this racetrack. Of course, that machine is the former. And look out, Laura Ladisser into a tire. Something has gone wrong with the front end of that ride. As you can see, the left front, heavy damage to the left front of the lead. Zach Albertine is second. Ryan Bartlett, Shane Pecor, Luke Stewart in the 19. Nephew to Todd Stewart out of Kingston, Ontario. Green flag is back out. Kevin Federley completes the rest of your field. Down into turns 1 and 2 they go. Danny O'Brien continuing where he left off in that number 1 spot. Ryan Bartlett starting to chase him down in spot number 2 with the 0-3 of Aubertine rounding out your top 3 at this time. Shane Pecor in the 4J, the Warrior Racing entry, works it up into turns 1 and 2 with that 4 spot. Luke Stewart completes the top 5 of the 19. Luke's been doing some running at both Brockville and Can-Am, splitting his time both on Saturday nights as well this year as he makes his way to turns 3 and 4. The battle is on for that 3rd spot as Shane Pecor dips down low, trying to get that position away from Zach Aubertine. Halfway sign is out, 5 in and 5 more to go, and Danny O'Brien trying to run away and hide from the rest of the field as he makes his way up into turns 3 and 4 with the top spot. He's holding about a 5 cart length advantage coming into turns 3 and 4. Bartlett almost clipped a tire down here in front, but he collects it up running in that number 2 spot, and he may have a problem with that 55. He may have actually clipped something there, and it may have bent something on that race car because that car is definitely not as quick as before. He's going to slow it way down to get the car to turn into the corner, and this is allowing Shane Pecor and Zach Aubertine to close the gap down the front stretch. 3 laps left to go, and Danny O'Brien is on a mission tonight. He knows that track championship still could be his as he makes his way into turns 3 and 4. 2 laps left to go, and O'Brien sets sail. The Thousand Islands RV Bob FM 17D works it up into corners 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. 55 of Bartlett holds down that 2nd spot with Pecor into 3rd. Aubertine runs in 4th, and then it's Luke Stewart completing the top 5 with Kevin Federley completing the rest of your field. White flag is in the air. Farewell flag is waving for O'Brien. Picked up 1 win earlier this year, and it was on opening day back in May. And right now, a full straightaway advantage for Danny O'Brien as he makes his way into corners 3 and 4. For the final time, checkered flag is out, and Danny O'Brien is going to grab the win in heat number 3 of 4 tonight. In preparation for qualification for the Frenchie Chevy Runs Deep 358 Modified Series, Ryan Bartlett, Shane Pecor, Zach Aubertine, Luke Stewart, and
the 7G of Kevin Gamble to the outside, the B24 of Roger Levesque, starting scratch on the field, the 71 of Delbert Legros. We've got green flag racing conditions as they go into turns 1. Moran on to the bottom side. It'll go the 74 of Billings. Now slipping by for 3rd is the 188 of Papineau. Kevin Gamble rides in 4th. Here comes Tommy Jock Jr. to the high side in turn 3. He slips past the 7G of Gamble. They race wheel to wheel coming out of turn 4. Tommy Jock looking for that number 4 spot. Gage Moran now back up to the front, down to the backstretch. He'll fire. Moran gets a little sideways on the backstretch. He'll back off the gas just ever so slightly as he'll go to turn 3. That'll allow Billings to close that distance ever so slightly. However, I think these cars were not set up for a tight racing surface, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. This will be a driver's track tonight come feature time. It is Gage Moran down to the backstretch. He's your race leader 2 laps in. To the top side, we'll go the 4 of Billings. Looking to reel him in. Kevin Gamble rides in 3rd. Papineau in 4th. And Tommy Jock Jr. rides along in 5th, rounding out your top 5. Gage Moran now back over to turn 2. Your race leader. He'll fire down to the backstretch. Billings in pursuit of him. That number 2 spot. Billings looking for Moran to slip up here. Not sure if Gage is going to do that. Coming out of turn 4. Moran bobbles a little bit going into 4. He still continues to lead. 6 more laps to go. Gamble rides in 3rd. As now the 2 cars up front have broken away from the rest of the herd. It is Moran in the 16 machine, followed by the 74 of Matthew Billings. Billings rides in 2nd now. Almost like he's just stalking, looking for Moran to make one little slip up, and Billings looking to power by that machine. Not sure if that's going to happen here as halfway home. Down to the backstretch they'll go. The 16 of Gage Moran, your race leader. He's led every single lap. Billings rides in 2nd. Gamble in 3rd. Papineau in 4th, and here comes Tommy Jock Jr. in the 31 machine, rounding out your top 5. Back over to turn 2 now. It is the 16 of Moran. Down to the backstretch, he'll fire. Matt Billings not able to close that gap. He's been trying very hard. He'll try a different lane now as he'll go into turns 3 and 4. Back to the bottom will go Billings. Moran continues to lead. We've got 3 more laps remaining. Lap number 7. Moran Billings has closed that gap. Billings found a little bite going into turn 1, but Moran powers back to the clay, going down to the backstretch. Into turns 3 and 4. Here comes Moran on the bottom. Billings, he gets some great bite in the high side in turn 1. Let's see if he tries that move once again. 2 more laps to go. It is Moran now. He'll drift a little higher going into turn 2. Billings, he's starting to reel him in. Here comes Matt Billings down to the backstretch. He went from a 10-car length lead Marin did to about a 3-car length lead. Here come Marin now, looking for that white flag. One more lap around this circuit. It is Marin continues to lead. The 74 Billings rides in second. He has closed that gap but to a 1-car length lead. Now Marin powers off of turn 2 down to the backstretch. He'll go into turns 3 and 4. Marin goes to the high side. Billings will go to the bottom, but Marin sticks to the bottom coming out of turn 4. It is Gage Marin leads 10 laps here tonight, followed by the 74 of Billings. Kevin Gamble, the 188 of David Papineau, and the 31 of Tommy Jock Jr. rounds out your top 5.
Hey kids, do you know where Cubby and T-Bear live?
Bears Den!
If you said Bears Den, you're right. Bears Den is the home of Cubby's Birthday Club, a special club for just kids. Bears Den has a Cubby's menu just for you with yummy meals and awesome desserts. And for your birthday, you get a special treat from Cubby. Joining Cubby's Club, you'll get invited to Cubby's parades, events, and contests all over town. Cubby's Birthday Club at Bears Den Restaurant in Hogansburg, New York, the home of Cubby and T-Bear.
Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bears Den. Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bears Den.
Supporting a green agenda, Wiley Trash Removal has been serving the community for over 40 years. Wiley Trash Removal also recycles cardboard and paper. Call 315-764-0038.
Laps the distance. Green flag is out. Aikens gets turned around right off the initial green flag. And we're going to go staying under. Struggled mightily the last few weeks in Pro Stock. Jumps into Sportsman. And he is on a mission right now. Green flag flies. We're underway. First of 3 Sportsman heat events on the Speedway, and Brent Kelsey into the early lead. The 1X of Swamp battles in that second spot. Then it's Louis Jackson Jr. up into third. Look at Devin Caron going the top side. Devin, of course, running a sprint car on off nights when he's not running a Sportsman car. So Devin getting as many laps as he can in preparation for some big sprint car races late in the year. Down the back straightaway, they're 3 wide with Ricky Thompson, Jessica Power, and Devin Caron in that 4th spot. But Caron will hang on to spot number 4 as they make their way into turns 3 and 4. It is Brent Kelsey, your race leader, down the front straightaway. He's got about 5 car lengths on Nolan Swamp, who runs in that 2nd spot. And Devin Caron trying to make that outside groove work. He is way out there where nobody has tested the waters yet, and he's almost got that groove worked in. He's working up onto the top side of Jessica Powers 52, and right now Caron making some headway up on the top side of the Speedway off of corner number 4. Gets by Power for 4th. Now he's in pursuit of Louis Jackson Jr. Meanwhile, Nolan Swat pushes up a little too high, and Jackson tries to get by. No such luck that time down the back straightaway. Brent Kelsey, by the way, has checked out, gone away from the rest of the field as they battle 2 by 2 up off the corner. Kelsey leads the way by a full straightaway. Nolan Swamp settles back into 2nd, and we're still after each other here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Down into turns 1 and 2. Swamp on the top side. Here comes Jessica Power in a bid for 3rd, and she's going to get it coming down the backstretch. And Devin Caron loses out in that position. He goes from 3rd all the way back to 5th with Louis Jackson Jr. just in front of him. Down the front straightaway they go. Swamp just about got a piece of the fence down here in the front stretch. We're 5 laps into this one. And Brent Kelsey is your race leader as they make their way down the back straightaway. Jessica Power and Nolan Swamp at each other for 2nd and 3rd. Down into turns 3 and 4. They go. Swamp on the top shelf. Jessica Power way down low against the tires off of corner number 4. Power with the advantage at the flag stand. 2 laps remaining, and Brent Kelsey is gone away from the rest of the field. He's made that gap even bigger now. Almost a little over a full straightaway right now for Brent Kelsey as he comes up off of corner number 4. White flag in the air from Austin Swamp. And Kelsey on a mission here tonight. He has gone winless in his sportsman career, and looking to change that here tonight as Jessica Power holds down 2nd as Nolan Swamp up into that 3rd spot with Louis Jackson Jr. and Devin Carrell rounding up the top 5. Dana Aikens trying to battle from the back of the pack as well. But off of corner number 4, Brent Kelsey will grab the win in heat number 1. Second will go to Power in the 52. Third will be Swamp. Louis Jackson Jr. comes home in fourth, and Devin Carone rounds out the top 5.
New York giving the sportsman a roll here. We'll have to figure if that's junior or senior. I'm going to take a venture and say it's junior. Green flag racing conditions as Josh Brockway takes him into turns 1 and 2. On the bottom will go Goddard to the top side. Now Wyatt Mullen gets shuffled out and he loses all of the spots. Back to the field he'll go. To the bottom will go Goddard. To the top side is Brockway. Goddard hugs the bottom coming out of turn number 4. He leads lap number 1 as now Brockway rides in second. Followed by the 12 of Brendan Hagan. Hagan pushes up to the track. That'll open the door for the 10 of Josh Van Brocklin. Hagan slams that door shut as they come out of turn number 2. Goddard up front all by himself. But here comes Van Brocklin. He loves that dry, slick track, just like last fall in this Super Dirt Series Sportsman race here at Mohawk. Goddard to the bottom, Josh Brockway. He's got his hands full now as Van Brocklin tries a power move to the top side, and he ran out of racing surface. That'll open the door for the 12 of Brendan Hagan. Hagan rides in second. Here comes Brockway in third. Dylan Evoy, the 2012 track champion here at Mohawk. Back-to-back championships for Dylan, leading the convoy, Evoy. Goddard now back up front coming out of turn number 2. Down to the backstretch, he'll fire. Brendan Hagan, he's pedaling as fast as his little legs will go as they'll go into turns 3 and 4. Evoy rides in third. Here comes Brockway along with Van Brocklin in that number 5 position. Up front now, back into turn 1. It'll be the 27 machine of Goddard. Evoy pulls up alongside the 12 of Brandon Hagan. The 2 young hot shoes, probably 2 of the most talented drivers you'll see in the Northeast in the Sportsman Division. The 12 of Hagan onto the top side. Evoy on the bottom. Hagan hugs the top side coming out of turn 4. Evoy battles back along the bottom side, and now here comes the 27 of Goddard as he lost a little bit of real estate going into turn number 2. It is Evoy and Hagan. They battle for that number 2 spot as they enter turn 3. To the top side will go Hagan. Hagan powers back now, coming out of 4. Hagan to the top side. He's got that number 2 spot away from the 83 machine of Evoy. Goddard on the bottom, Evoy on the bottom, but Hagan all by himself on the top shelf. Out of turn number 2 now. Hagan will pull alongside the 83 machine of Evoy. They're battling for that number 2 spot. Now Goddard, the rest of the field has caught him. Here comes Hagan on the top shelf, coming down by the flag stand. Evoy onto the bottom. He'll give the old shovaroo here to the 27. One more lap remaining. Here comes Hagan onto the top side. Down to the backstretch they'll go. Goddard on the bottom. Here comes Hagan to the top side. Can he power away? Coming out of turn number 4. Brendan Hagan. Goddard at the line. It'll be Goddard by a Hoosier stub. I'm going to say he had him just probably by half a tire, maybe, Tim Baltz.
Twin Leaf Fresh Express is the smart choice for feel-good, fresh food that's ready when you are. The first convenient stop in Hogansburg when driving from Messina. A food court with free Wi-Fi and plenty of room to lounge with family and friends or eat on the run. Menu items with only the freshest ingredients. Wings, pizza, salads, and sandwiches with lunch specials posted daily on Facebook. And don't forget dessert. Over 20 flavors of ice cream, shakes, slushies, and frozen yogurt. Twin Leaf Fresh Express, the smart choice for feel-good, fresh food that's ready when you are.
Fox Hill Golf and Country Club has an early bird special that will save you money. Monday through Thursday, tee off by 11 a.m. and get 11 holes of golf with the cart for $20 or 11 holes walking for $10. Make a date on Friday. All day he pays and she plays for free. Don't forget the large driving range and practice putting green. And as always, Canadian money is at par.
For the 73M of Rick Miller, 35 of Thomas Jock, or Thomas Cook. I'll get it straight here sooner or later. Green flag is out. Jenna David in the number 2. Corey Wheeler in the 47. Jonathan Ferguson aboard the 44. And we're going to bring the yellow flag out mainly because the start was not that greatest. Speedway, $3 per paper, or you can get both of them for $5. So if you're at Cornwall on Sunday, don't forget to check out Pat Mulligan. He'll be, as always, at the base of our announce tower over there on Sunday night. Green flag is out. We're underway. Mike Arquette to the lead in turn number 2. Darrell Nutting trying to fight back on the bottom, but he's had no such luck. 2 of Arquette. This is Zach Arquette, though, down on the inside part of the speedway, and Zach having a strong run out there in that machine. Brings it down in front into that 3rd spot. Back there in spot number 4. It is Rick Miller and Andrew Fish going at it for that spot as they make their way down the back straightaway. 44 of Jonathan Ferguson settles back into 6 with Jenna David, Corey Wheeler, and Thomas Cook rounding out the rest of your field. Off of corner number 4, Mike Arquette sees nothing but clear racetrack in front of him, and Daryl Nutting in the 42 trying to run him back down as they make their way into corners 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Corey Wheeler at the back of the field, all out of shape in turn number 2, brings it back on the racetrack. But Zach Arquette having a strong run out there, up into spot number 3. And Zach trying to get up there with that and battle it out for the lead in turns 1 and 2, but he's got Rick Miller to worry about right now. Here comes Jonathan Ferguson. That splash well drilling number 44 machine jumps to the number 5 spot down the back straightaway. Jonathan, the rookie in this division this year, picked up his first career win at the Brockville Speedway a little over a month ago in that 44 machine as he makes his way down in front with 4 laps complete in this 8-lap heat event. Second of 3 on the night for the Sportsman division. And Mike Arquette trying to make short work of it as he makes his way into turns 3 and 4 with a sizable lead, about 7 car lengths over Daryl Nutting in the 42. Then comes the 2Z of Zach Arquette and the 3M of Rick Miller right there in 4th, and Ferguson continues to complete the top 5. It's Andrew Fish, Corey Wheeler, Jenna David, Thomas Cook rounding out the rest of your field. But Mike Arquette picked up his first career win as well a few weeks ago in that 2EZ machine after many years of struggling in pro stock action. He has found himself a groove here in Sportsman, and he has just been dynamite over the last 2 seasons. Top 5 in points last year, and right now solidly in the top 5 in points again this year with a feature win to his credit. Off of corner number 4 they will go. Mike Arquette sees the white flag in the air from Austin Swamp. 42 of Nutting having a strong run up into that 2nd spot, and then the battle for 3rd rages on. Zach Arquette holding down that 3rd spot in just one of his only 3 appearances, I believe, this year. And Rick Miller back there in the 4 spots gave it everything he got, but he's running out of time. Checkered flag flies for Mike Arquette. He grabs the win. Nutting will come home into 2nd. Battle for 3rd. It will go to Zach Arquette. Rick Miller comes home into 4th. Ferguson will nip Corey Wheeler at the line for 5th. Then it's Andrew Fish, Jenna David, and Thomas Cook.
Jody Swamp, I'll have to see when they come around here. To the outside, Stefan LeBron. In behind them, Rogers, along with the 48 of Dion Oaks. Correction, the ON of Owen White. I got it right this week. All right. To the top side, we'll go Dan Denway, green flag. Looking to split the difference. Here comes Stefan LeBron. Hello, Elebu. He's got the lead as he'll take it into turn number 3. LeBron, last week's feature winner, is up in first, followed by Denway, Musa, Rogers, Oaks, and Owen White. 1 lap in, 8 laps the distance here for the Pro Stocks this evening. Stefan LeBron wasting no time making his way to the front. 3 wide coming out of 2. Owen White to the top side. Musa down in the middle as he's got the 44 machine of Rogers fighting him. That number 2 spot is the one to watch on the racetrack here tonight. Denway now along with White. They tag a little bit. Coming out of turn number 4. White to the top side. Here comes Denway. Going to look to run him up the racetrack just a little bit. Denway now backs off it. Coming out of turn 2. That'll open the door for the ON of Owen White. Owen White in that number 2 spot. Looking to run down race leader Stefan LeBron. LeBron out of 4. He's your race leader here on lap number 3. Owen White in second. Denway in 3rd. Is now Preston Musa battling for that number 4 spot alongside the 44 machine of Rogers. Dion Oaks, nowhere to go here on this racetrack. He's got 3 wide in front of him. Not a very good view for Dion Oaks right now. He's got a fast car, but nowhere to put it. Coming out of turn 4, LeBron continues to lead now as halfway home, 8 laps the distance. LeBron out of 2, followed by Owen White. And the 44 of Dave Rogers shuffled his way up in the number 3 spot. Preston Musa holding his own here. He's got the 64 machine of Denmoyer to the outside. Here comes Dion Oaks, going to take a peek and gets into the backside. Dion Oaks and Denmoyer collect each other in between 3 and 4, and not sure what transpired there. Second week in a row. Welcome, Dave Rogers. We'd love to see you in 2013. Stefan LeBron now looks for the green flag to get this restarted coming out of 4. Green flag it is. 3 laps remaining. 3-lap shootout as Tim Bolt stated. Rogers to the inside. Here comes Owen White on the top side coming out of 2. Not enough time on that one as LeBron heard the car and he hit the go fast pedal. Now back to the bottom will be LeBron. Owen White, he'll put it back to the bottom side as well, along with Rogers. Those top three cars battling out for the 1, 2, and number 3 spot. Back into turn 1, 6 laps in, 2 more laps to go. Dave Rogers to the bottom. Owen White to the top side. Coming out of turn 2, down to the backstretch, still fire. Owen White now rides along to that number 2 position. He's got Dave Rogers to contend with here. As we had mentioned, he's getting stronger and stronger as the weeks go by at Mohawk. 1 lap remaining. Dave Rogers, he's looking for that number 2 spot. Can he get it away from Owen White? Owen White, last year's Rookie of the Year at Super Dirt Week and the Pro Stock Race. Owen White back to the top side, going on the backstretch. It is the 44 machine of Rogers. He's on the inside, side by side, Hoosier to Hoosier, coming out of turn 4. Owen White to the top side. Rogers runs out of time. He'll settle for that number 3 spot. Preston Musa rides in 4th.
B&M Performance Cycles, 439 South Main Street, Messina, New York. We handle all parts, accessories, and do all repairs. We can custom build your bike for show or hot rod. We also do New York State inspections on all motorcycles. B&M Performance Cycles. Come see us today.
Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bear's Den. Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bear's Den.
National still going on October the 12th, 13th, and 14th. Get your advanced sale tickets right away. $70 for the advanced sale tickets for the Fall Nationals at Brockville. Green flag is out. We're off and running. Alan Peters to the race lead into turns 1 and 2. Rock Oban to the top shelf in turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Mark Lalone settles back into 3rd. Then it's Jody Swamp, Chris Tremblay in that top 5 orders. They make their way through corners 3 and 4. Peters slips up the racetrack. Here comes Oban after him down the front stretch. And Oban not able to take advantage as they make their way into corners 1 and 2 and down into turns 1 and 2 they go, with Peters just in front of Oban. Down the back straightaway they go, and Oban settles into 2nd. The battle is on for spot number 3 as Mark Lalone and Jody Swamp settling back into spots 3 and 4. Chris Tremblay continues to complete the top 5 as they make their way into corners 1 and 2 once again. Peters and Tremblay, he gets a little loose coming into turns 1 and 2, and he will park it right there, but he's going to try to keep it going, and he does. So Tremblay, he will keep it going down the backstretch, and we will stay under green. And right now the battle for the lead is on. Oban just about lost it coming up off the corner, and right now he has got Alan Peters just in front of him, but he's got a very fast closing Mark Lalone and a fast closing Jody Swamp just behind him. And right now they're running wheel to wheel down the back straightaway for 3rd, and in the process closing in on the leaders as they make their way into turns 3 and 4. Peters on the bottom side of the speedway. Oban right there in his tire tracks. 4 laps left to go in this 8-lap heat event for the Pro Stocks, and Alan Peters not about to give up the bottom side of the speedway. Rock Oban looking to battle back on the bottom as well. Down the back straightaway, he gives him a little bit of a nudge coming down into turns 3 and 4, letting him know that he is there. Oban working that top side of the Home Hardware number 4 off of corner number 4, trying to get the lead away down in front. 3 laps left to go, and Jody Swamp settles back into that 3rd spot. Mark Lalone not about to give it up, though. He's still working that top side coming off of corner number 2 and down the back straightaway with Alan Peters still your race leader. Oban still settling into 2nd, top 4 nose to tail as they make their way through corners 3 and 4. 2 laps left to go from Austin Swamp up top on the flag stand. And Alan Peters, Rock Oban, Jody Swamp, and Mark Lalone. They're a great battle right now for the number 1 spot, and it continues as they motor down the backstretch. Now Peters opens up a little bit of a lead, about 2 car lengths going into turns 3 and 4. Oban's now going to deal with Jody Swamp in the 69. Up off of corner number 4 they go. White flag will be displayed this time by for Peters as Oban settles back into 2nd, but he can't rest too much longer as Jody Swamp is right there knocking on the door. Here comes Mark Lalone in that number 8 machine. You can't count him out either. Down the back straightaway for the final time as Chris Tremblay goes by in 5th in the 14. Checkered flag will wave, and Alan Peters will grab the 2nd Pro Stock heat event, and rocks
the distance here. LaPlante and Lefebvre, they're up front. They look for that Green flag from Austin Swamp coming out of turn 4. Green flag on the field, Lefebvre, your early race leader now as they'll take it to turn 1. Followed by Castell. He rides that number 2 spot to the outside. We'll go full bear, but now Stuart Musa waiting for no one. As now spinning on the turn number 2 is Jenny Morin, and that'll certainly bring out the yellow flag here. Not sure what transpired, but yellow flag will be on the field here as Morin spun into turn number 2, but Stuart Musa
Brian, 1 lap complete.
So it'll be Corey Castell, your race leader, as now he's got Musa to contend with. Down to the green flag. We're back under racing conditions. Musa waiting for no one, as I said earlier. He's got a little bit of a push as now Castell will pull up alongside of him high in turn 2. They race side by side as they'll enter turns 3 and 4. Oban now hops into that number 5th position. Here comes Daryl Mitchell riding along in 3rd. He's waiting for one of these boys to bobble, and he'll find an opening as now the 89 of Oban all over the rear bumper of Faubert. But Stuart Musa, your race leader on lap number 2. Musa is up in front. Followed here by the 28 of Castell. Daryl Mitchell rides in 3rd. Here comes Oban, the 2012 track champion at Mohawk for the Bandits. He's looking to get that number 4 spot away here from Faubert. He does on lap number 3. It is Oban, rides in 4th. Stuart Musa has a wicked push as he goes into turn 2, and that'll open up for the 28 of Castell. Castell finds the open door, slips in through for the race lead. Now as they enter turns 3 and 4, Musa gets shuffled back into 2nd, but now Castell will drift high, coming out of 4. Back to the line, it'll be the 101 of Musa and Castell. Score lap number 4 as Stuart Musa, your race leader, is now, he'll skid it out of turn number 2, backs off. He may have a handling issue here. We've got him 3 wide, piling up Musa. Now into Castell, along with Daryl Mitchell. They collect each other into turns 3. Not sure what transpired in that event, Tim, but a couple of cars running out of real estate very quickly. Mitchell able to get away under his own power. And as they come on turn 4. The 27 of Miller rides in that number 3 spot, along with the 06 of Lefebvre. Coming out of turn 4, Matthew Oban gets the green flag as he is your race leader as they take it into turn number 1. Oban up front now. Lefebvre getting hot pursuit here, trying to reel him in, but Oban not waiting for anyone on this night. He's looking to put an exclamation point on his track championship with a feature win here tonight at Mohawk. Coming out of turn 4, Oban, your race leader, is now the 91 of Tsunami will drift up the track ever so slightly, and that'll force Miller to the inside. Jordan Miller now on the inside of the 91 machine of Tsunami. He clears them coming out of 2. They bump a little bit of Nerf bars going down to the backstretch. Oban able to break away from the rest of the racers as he's up front all alone by himself. Tsunami rides in 4th, looks to pursue the 27 of Miller. Lefebvre now rides in 2nd, 7 laps in, 5 more laps to go for the Bandits. As now getting way out of shape is the 01 of Faubert, or excuse me, 06 of Faubert. He'll ride off into the sunset, so to speak, off of turn 2. And not sure if he's going to be able to refire, and yes, he will get back on the gas pedal, keep the yellow off the race, off the speedway. Nice job there by Faubert. Oban breaking away about a 20 car length lead for him. As now the 06 of Faubert rides in 2nd. Lefebvre going to take his machine pit side. Daryl Mitchell rides in 3rd, followed by Tsunami and Jordan Miller in that 27 machine. It is Oban all alone up front. 3 more laps for him in his 2012 racing season here at Mohawk. No, correction, we do have a few more Bandit features coming up here September 14th and 15th. Oban now into turns 3 and 4. Fast and smooth. Smooth is fast for Oban. Takes it out of turn 4. He's got 2 more laps remaining. Daryl Mitchell now. He works his way up in that number 2 spot. Miller, all shorts out of shape, kisses the front wall as he'll take it into turn number 4. Ran out of real estate on that one. Is also coming around is LaPlante. LaPlante may has also well kissed the concrete. 1 lap remaining here for Oban. Oban just on cruise control now as Daryl Mitchell is going to run out of time to pursue him as now something lets loose off that machine, and over in turn number 4 there's a chunk of metal or plastic, not sure what it may be. Matthew Oban, 2 more turns of the steering wheel for him, looking to win this on Frenchie Chevrolet night. Coming out of turn 4, Matthew Oban, your 2012 track champion and Bandit feature winner tonight, followed by the 37 of Daryl Mitchell, the 06 of LaFave, the 91 of Tsunami, and the 27 of Jordan Miller.
Brother Billy currently races in the late model division at Can-Am this year. And there he is out of the car, your 2012 track champion, the 89 of Matthew Obey. 6 in a row. And they've got one more race left here on September the 14th. It is an open bandit show, and you can definitely bet that Matthew Olbane will be in line to try to get win number 9 in the season. Is Jamie Davis from Frenchie's.
Twin Leaf Fresh Express is the smart choice for feel-good, fresh food that's ready when you are. The first convenient stop in Hogansburg when driving from Messina. A food court with free Wi-Fi and plenty of room to lounge with family and friends or eat on the run. Menu items with only the freshest ingredients. Wings, pizza, salads, and sandwiches with lunch specials posted daily on Facebook. And don't forget dessert. Over 20 flavors of ice cream, shakes, slushies, and frozen yogurt. Twin Leaf Fresh Express, the smart choice for feel-good, fresh food that's ready when you are.
20 laps is the distance. Off of corner number 4, we are set to go. 20 laps of Pro Stock action coming your way. Green is in the air. We're off and running. Quickly up into turns 1 and 2 for the first time. Alan Peters is going to take to the top shelf, and he's going to drive away from Rocco Ban and Owen White as they make their way down the back straightaway in a whole lot of hurry. It is Peters, your race leader. Look at Stefan Lebrun charge through this field up into that third spot already. He makes his way down the front straightaway with Alan Peters and Rocco Ban just in front of him, but Owen White right there behind him in spot number 4 as Dave Rogers looks to move forward as well in the 44. He is on the outside groove trying to get by the 102 of Moose out down the back straightaway, but with 1 lap in the books, it's Alan Peters leading the way over Rock Oban and Stefan Lebrun. Owen White rides back there in spot number 4. Rogers has gotten around the 102 of Moose out to pick up 5th rather, and he is working on Owen White for spot number 4. Owen White gets a little bit loose off of turn number 2, and Rogers jumps up into 4th, bringing Mark Lalone to 5th. Down the back straightaway they go, into turns 3 and 4. 3 wide with Chris Tremblay right in the middle towards the back of the field, but up off of corner number 4, Alan Peters continues to lead the way. As Tremblay and Owen White just about got a piece of the wall down here in the front stretch, but they straighten it up and we keep right on going. Alan Peters is your race leader as they make their way down the back straightaway with LeBrun now settling into spot number 2. The 4 of Obey rounds out the top 3. Dave Rogers up into that 4th spot in the 44. Then comes the 8 of Mark Lalone rounding out the top 5. And Lalone entered to the top side in turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. But up in front, Alan Peters now has the 6 of LeBrun just behind him with Rock Oban, Dave Rogers, and Mark Lalonde in that top 5 order.
Alan Peters continues to lead on lap number 5, followed by Stefan LeBron, Rock Oban, Dave Rogers, and the 8 of Mark Lalone. Now LeBron, he works the rear bumper of the 88 of Alan Peters as we got the 4 of Rock Oban gets out of shape in turn number 2. So does Tremblay. And not sure if the yellow flag is going to make its way out. Yes, it will. As
still a 2 o'clock start time. 6 laps complete, 14 to go.
So it'll be Alan Peters and Stefan LeBron. They'll look for the green flag coming out of turn number 4. We'll get restarted here. Green flag says Austin Swamp. They'll take into turn number 1. It'll be Alan Peters. He continues to lead. LeBron now, he's got some tough competition here from the 44 of Dave Rogers. To the outside for that number 3 spot will go the 8 of Mark Lalone. Jody Swamp takes a peek in the number 5 position here. Alan Peters, he hugs the bottom lane coming out of turn number 4. Continues to lead on lap number 7. Stefan LeBron, he's working that rear bumper. He's got to be careful because here comes the 44 of Dave Rogers. To the outside once again will be Mark Lalone. He pulls up alongside Rogers for that number 3 spot. They'll go back into turns number 3 and 4. Coming out of 4. Alan Peters on lap number 8 continues to lead here. Stefan LeBron looking for the 88 machine to make one little snafu, if you will, and trying to clear that car as clean and fast as possible. Now Lalone and Rogers, they continue to battle for the number 3 spot. They'll go into turn 3. On the top side will be Lalone. Rogers fights alongside him on the bottom, but coming out of 4, Lalone now has that number 3 spot as he clears the 44 machine of Rogers. Rogers not going to give it up just that easily on lap number 9. He pulls back up alongside the 8 machine of Mark Lalone. They continue to battle. Look at the battle for the number 5 spot as well. Jody Swamp to the high side. Owen White coming out of turn number 4. Alan Peters continues to lead.
And right now, halfway sign is out, 10 in and 10 more to go. And the 88 of Alan Peters trying to run away in high, but Stefan LeBrun's not going to make it easy on him. Down the back straightaway they go. Mark Lalone settles back into third. Rogers is still after him in that 44 down on the inside, as Peters, who normally likes to run the top shelf around this place, has learned in the last few weeks that the bottom side is one of the faster lanes, and he's using it to his advantage. Stefan LeBrun knows that fast way is on the bottom as well, and he's trying to get by the 88 of Peters going into turns 3 and 4, but watch for Mark Lalonde. He had one slip away from him here back on May the 25th. 6/1000ths of a second was the spread between him and Jody Swamp at the finish of that race, and here comes Jody Swamp in a bid for the number 4 spot around Rogers in turn number 2, but couldn't get the job done. Meanwhile, back up front to the lead in turns 3 and 4. Alan Peters, Stefan LeBrun, Mark Lalonde is closing the gap. Coming into turns 3 and 4. Rogers gets into the mix as well in a 44 off of turn number 4. And Jody Swamp starts to make his move to the top side in turns 1 and 2. He drives around Rogers to pick up 4th, but Rogers trying to drive back by on the bottom. This is a great battle amongst the top 5 drivers with Peters, LeBrun, Lalonde, Rogers, and Swamp going at each other in turns 3 and 4. Peters down on the bottom. LeBrun right there with him in tow. Here comes Mark Lalonde once again. He's trying to work that outside groove into turns 1 and 2. 6 laps left to go. Dave Rogers planks that 44 down on the inside to get by Mark Lalonde. Couldn't get it done that time off of turn 2. And up in front, Peters trying to hold LeBrun at bay. Off of corner number 4, 5 laps left to go.
I'll take you the rest of the way home now. Lalone in that number 3 spot. He's battling Jody Swamp, and now Dave Rogers looks to join the fray. Jody Swamp to the top side, coming out of 2. Jody Swamp down to the backstretch. He'll pull alongside the 8 machine of Mark Lalone as they enter turn 3. Alan Peters continues to lead now. Jody Swamp back to the high side. He found the fast way around Mark Lalone, and he'll bring Dave Rogers with him for that number 3 spot or 4 spot as well. Alan Peters now slips up ever so slightly. Stefan LeBrun, he's able to put that front bumper on the rear bumper. He's not going to loosen Alan Peters, but look out. Here comes Jody Swamp to the top side, coming out of 4. Jody Swamp starting to dial in the top 2 cars. LeBrun now looking to change lanes on lap number 17. Alan Peters, you can't pry him off the bottom here, so Stefan LeBrun's going to have to try something different. Down the backstretch, he'll try the top lane. Can't make it work this time. Jody Swamp carries a lot of momentum going into turn number 3. To the top side will go Swamp. Pulls up alongside LeBrun, coming out of 4. LeBrun to the bottom, much faster off of turn number 4 that time. Alan Peters back up front now. Stefan LeBrun slips up ever so slightly, as now Alan Peters will break away by about 3 car length lead. Jody Swamp rides in 3rd, looking to run down LeBrun. Here he goes once again into turn number 3. Back to the top side will go Jody Swamp, coming out of 4. Alan Peters, 1 lap remaining here for Alan Peters. He would love nothing more than to have another victory in 2012. Back to the backstretch we'll go. Alan Peters, your race leader. Stefan LeBrun, he's going to have to make a move and make it in a hurry if he looks to claim victors tonight. It'll be Alan Peters on the bottom. Jody Swamp coming to the top side once again at the checkered flag. The 88 of Alan Peters, your Pro Stock feature winner tonight, followed by the 6 of Stefan LeBrun. The 69 of Jody Swamp. Rocco Band works his way back into the number 4th spot, and Mark Lalone will round out your top 5. To Victor Lane with Tim Baltz, and at this time I'm going to send it down to you, Tim. Get out of the way.
But Alan Peters jumps out of the car, first win of the season. I tell you, he looks more out. There he's going. He's going to do the big wing. Well, he was going to do the big wing dance, but he decided to jump down. We'll jump down in front, get a word with Alan here, and you got to get the little guy in there. There we go. All right, the newest edition. And I'll tell you what, Alan, great job out there. I don't know about out in front. You look like you had everybody covered, but behind you, they were racing their tails off out there. Great job.
Thank you very much. I'd like to thank my brother PJ. He blew my motor, I think it was 2 weeks ago. He gave me the exact same setup that he runs, and I'll tell you what, he knows what he's doing.
Now, of course, you know, yeah, exactly, he does. Now, he is the champion this year. Of course, you like to run the top side around this place, but the bottom seemed to come in tonight very well for you.
Yeah, it was good. I was trying with the open motor last times on the top, and just too much weight, not enough RPM with, I guess, the crates.
Is this a pretty good way to end the season for you? I know it's been a struggle the last few weeks, but you got the job done.
It's the best way to win.
Absolutely, Alan. Well, congratulations. Let you go celebrate with the newest addition of the family and the rest of your family as well. Alan Peters, first win of the season. And
Hey kids, do you know where Cubby and T-Bear live?
Bears Den!
If you said Bears Den, you're right. Bears Den is the home of Cubby's Birthday Club, a special club for just kids. Bears Den has a Cubby's menu just for you with yummy meals and awesome desserts. And for your birthday, you get a special treat from Cubby. Joining Cubby's Club, you'll get invited to Cubby's parades, events, and contests all over town. Cubby's Birthday Club at Bears Den Restaurant in Hogansburg, New York, the home of Cubby and T-Bear.
As now, it'll be the 30 of Tim Reef. To the outside, the 8 of Harley Brown. They look for green coming out of 4. Austin Swamp, do you like what you see? Show us the green flag, and he does. Into turn 1 now. Tim Reef will lead him into turn 1. Now to the inside. Matt Robinson makes his way along the bottom and gets by the 30 of Tim Reef. Matthew Robinson now, your new race leader. To the inside will go Scotty Waldruff. 3 wide, going into 4. Sylvain Leframboy, the third car in the mix, goes to the top side, finds the fast way around the racetrack. Scotty Waldruff rides in second. Matthew Robinson up front by himself here as Leframboy starts to go fade a little bit coming out of 2. Waldruff, he'll drift back up from that number 2 spot in front of Leframboy. Brian Green started scratch on the field, already made his way up in the number 4 spot. Brian Green to the top side now, as taking a peek on the inside as well is the 151 of Bailey McDonald. Lap number 2. Here comes Matthew Robinson down to the backstretch. He'll fire with Scotty Waldruff in pursuit with Sylvain Leframboy and Brian Green into the top 5. He rides in that number 4 spot. The 11-looking number 11 car in the Mod Light here. Brian Green to the bottom now. Sets his sights on the 60 machine of Scotty Waldruff. Waldruff will go to the bottom, but here comes Brian Green back to the top side. Matthew Robinson has been able to break away from the rest of the field here on lap number 3. He continues to lead. Brian Green with a whole lot of momentum, whole lot of something as he goes into turn 3. To the bottom will go Scotty Waldruff. Both cars shake and shimmy a little bit coming out of turn number 4 rather. On lap number 4, Matthew Robinson continues to lead. Brian Green now. He's pulled up alongside Scotty Waldruff coming out of 2. Down to the backstretch, he'll fire. Brian Green clears the 60 of Scott Waldruff. Brian Green now. He's in the number 2 spot. He'll set his sights on that number 88 machine of Matthew Robinson. Lap number 5, Robinson continues to lead. As now, Robinson, your race leader, followed by Brian Green. Brian Green rides in that number 2 spot, looking to run down Matthew Robinson. Brian Green, whole boatload of victories this year at Mohawk. He's got over 75 in his career. Now Brian Green, a little squirrely, coming out of turn number 4. Matthew Robinson, lap number 6, continues to lead. As racing back in through the field now, as you'll see the 60 of Scotty Waldruff riding in 3rd. The 29 machine of Hargrave rides in the former 4th spot in the 7 of Sylvain Leframboy. Back up front now in between turns 3 and 4. It's the 88 of Matthew Robinson. Green to the top side. He's starting to gain ever so slightly. Halfway home here. 15 laps the distance for the Mod Lights tonight. Robinson back to the bottom. Brian Green looking for a little extra bite coming out of 2. He's got a whole head of steam as he heads down to the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. Brian Green has closed that gap quite considerably on this last lap now, as Robinson will come out of turn number 4. Halfway home. 8 laps in, 7 laps to go. Robinson back to the bottom. Brian Green, you watch him. He gets a great jump coming out of turn number 2 as you'll head into the backstretch and along with turn number 3. Brian Green now looking to pull alongside the 88 machine of Robinson. Robinson not going to give him much room to work with, but Brian Green found a little something in turn number 2. Caution on the field as we've got the 151 of Bailey McDonald spun almost a fair. Single file restart. It'll be Robinson on the bottom along with Brian Green, the 29 of Hargrave, and Scotty Waldruff, along with Sylvain Leframboy. Matthew Robinson fires. Austin Swamp says, go fast. Here's the green flag to do so. Robinson now on the bottom along with Brian Green. As Brian Green rides in second, it'll be Hargrave. Hargrave's got a little something here for Brian Green. Brian Green might want to be careful as Hargrave has come in here a couple weeks over the season and has looked very, very fast. Robinson out of turn number 4. Yellow flag, as I do believe that is the number 2 machine of Matt Shaw.
ready to go green. 5 laps to go.
We're ready to go. And so is Brian Green as he rides in second. Robinson, can he hold him off for another 5 laps here? Watch the action now as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag, we are back underway. Hargrave in that number 29 machine looks to run down Brian Green for that number 2 spot. Robinson wasting no time here as quickly back to the lead he'll go. But here comes Brian Green. He'll take a peek to the top shelf. Can he carry the RPMs and momentum coming into 3 and out of 4? Robinson now, all he can handle as Brian Green gets to the outside as down to the line. Brian Green will be scored the leader on lap number 10. Robinson on the bottom. Brian Green going to take the long way around here on Robinson. Down to the backstretch they'll go in the turns 3 and 4. Brian Green, he'll go back to the bottom side of this racetrack coming out of 4. Lap number 12 about ready to be into the record books here. Excuse me, lap number 11. It'll be Brian Green, your race leader. Hargrave, he's got a little something here for Brian Green. Brian Green might want to be delicate on that gas pedal coming out of turn 2. Hargrave gets some great run on the bottom coming out of 2. Down to the backstretch they'll go. Green on the bottom. Hargrave back to the bottom, but here comes Matthew Robinson clawing his way back up. He maintains into the top 3. Lap number 3. It is Brian Green, but here comes Hargrave on the inside. As Green bobbles a little bit, Hargrave to the inside. Brian Green shuts that door on him. Hargrave now in that number 2 spot. He knows he can run with Green. Can he get enough to get by him? Hargrave on the bottom. White flag on the field. Hargrave, where is he going to set him up? Is it going to be turn number 1 or turn number 2? Hargrave now. He'll take a peek to the bottom as Robinson loosens a little bit. Goes to the top side, regains that power. Hargrave now going to run out of time as 2 more turns of the steering wheel for Brian Green. Brian Green back to the bottom, coming out of turn number 4 for the 7th time this year. The 11 of Brian Green, your Mod Light feature winner tonight, followed by Hargrave. The 88 of Robinson, the 7 of LaFramboise, and the 60 machine of Scotty Waldrop. Congratulations to Brian.
Of Matthew Robinson, and Brian Green unofficially will be crowned the 2012 Mod Light Track Champion here at Mohawk International Raceway, taking it away from Robinson, who is the defending champion. There he is, getting ready to jump out of that race car. And Brian, 4th consecutive win. And, of course, they will be capping their season off with our doubleheader weekend on September the 14th and 15th. Brian getting unbuckled there. Of course, one-way radio system and seat belts, Hans device, all the safety equipment in that car. There's a Hans device coming off now. And there he is, out of the car for the 7th time and 4th in a row, your 2012 track champion, Brian Green. Jamie Davis down there trackside.
Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bearsden. Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bearsden.
Hey kids, do you know where Cubby and T-Bear live?
Bearsden!
If you said Bearsden, you're right. Bearsden is the home of Cubby's Birthday Club, a special club for just kids. Bearsden has a Cubby's menu just for you with yummy meals and awesome desserts. And for your birthday, you get a special treat from Cubby. Joining Cubby's Club, you'll get invited to Cubby's parades, events, and contests all over town. Cubby's Birthday Club at Bearsden Restaurant in Hogansburg, New York, the home of Cubby and T-Bear.
Green flag is out. We are underway. 35 laps to distance to conclude the Frenchies Ford Drive 1 Sportsman Series. Into turns 1 and 2 for the first time, it will be Brent Kelsey, your race leader, as they make their way down the back straightaway. Gilles Godard putting the pressure on early in this race as they make the way off of corner number 4. Gilles Godard will lead lap number 1 at the stripe with Brent Kelsey just behind him at spot number 2. And Kelsey's not wasting any time. He's trying to dive down low to pick off that lead as they make their way down the back straightaway. Mike Arquette holds down 3rd. Here comes the hammer. Brandon Hagan on the top side. He's going from 6th to 4th in one corner as he gets by Evoy and the 52 of Power. Remember, Evoy looking to keep this streak alive, trying to win every race here in the Frenchies Ford Drive 1 Sportsman Series. And then right now the battle is for the lead up in front. Gilles Godard, Brent Kelsey after one another in turns 3 and 4. Godard on the top side, Kelsey down low, and Godard will have the lead coming off of corner number 4, but Kelsey's not going to let him get away too quickly. Brent Kelsey on the bottom, Gilles Godard on the top side. Godard is your race leader. He sets the pace coming off of corner number 4. Green flag is back in the air. We're underway. And into corners 1 and 2 they go. It will be, and look at Hagan got caught on a line coming into turn number 2 and allowed Jessica Power to get by, but Hagan with a strong drive off turn number 2. He grabs the 5th spot back in turns 3 and 4. Off of corner number 4 they go. Brent Kelsey back to the lead in turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. So field battles just behind him. It is a wholesale scramble from about 10th on back as we got Ricky Thompson, Dana Akins, Ryan Mullen, Rick Miller after one another. Josh Brockway in the 70B looking to move forward as well. Meanwhile, back up in front to the leaders. Here comes Gilles Godard and another bid for the lead off of turn number 4. Couldn't make the job work as Brent Kelsey holds down spot number 1 with 5 complete.
5 complete, and you don't know where to call the racing action. Mike Stacy and Adam Rozon went 3 wide with Jenna David coming out of 2. Rozon jumped the spot and got it. Kelsey on the bottom now, up front at turn number 4. Here comes Godard. Godard, he fights along backside on lap number 6. Evoy now has wrestled that number 3 spot away from the 2 EZ of Mike Arkwit. Here comes Hagan. He'll fight back along to the top shelf. Mike Arkwit now back into 4th. Evoy in 3rd. In 2nd, it is Godard up front. It is Kelsey. Kelsey now will drift going into 4. Trying to crowd the 27 machine a little bit as now they go into lap number 1. Kelsey, your race leader, followed by Godard. Godard looking to reel him in, but here comes Dylan Evoy. He looks to pull alongside the 27 machine of Gilles Godard. Godard onto the top side. Evoy is going to settle on the bottom coming out of turn number 4. Brent Kelsey continues to lead lap number 8. Mike Arkwit now looks to go down, looks to be passed here by the 12 machine of Brendan Hagan. Brendan Hagan with a lot of steam coming out of 2. Back up front now. It is Evoy. He pulls alongside now even with the 27 of Godard. Brent Kelsey says, have at it, boys. I'm up front here by myself. Here comes Evoy on the inside out of 4. Back into 1. Evoy, your new race leader on lap number 9. Evoy with a power move to the inside as now he'll lead the 27 machine of Gilles Godard. Godard to the top shelf along with Evoy. Evoy is going to settle back to the bottom coming out of 4. Dylan Evoy leads that convoy on lap number 10.
Yeah, right now he has got that top spot in pursuit of his 9th win of the season if he can get the job done. And undefeated in this series coming into tonight with Godard running back there in spot number 2 along with the 30 of Kelsey, who has been relegated to spot number 5 here. And Brandon Hagan starting to move forward once again. He gets to the outside of Mike Arquette going down into turns 1 and 2, and Mike Arquette will grab the number 3 spot as they make their way down the backstretch. Hagan trying to make that top groove work for all it's worth right now, and Hagan motors around the top shelf coming into turns 3 and 4. He's alongside of Arquette off of corner number 4. They'll drag race down to the line. Hagan will grab the 3rd spot. Arquette relegated to 4th. Here comes Josh Van Brocklin after Brent Kelsey. He moves up into spot number 5 at lap 12. Meanwhile, Dylan Evoy on the charge as he makes his way into corners 1 and 2 with, 3 and 4 rather. Jenna David with a problem with the front end on the number 2 machine, and she brings it to a stop right here in the front stretch. Caution for Drive 1 Mohawk International Raceway pace truck peels off the Speedway Racing surface. We are back under green. Dylan Evoy charges down the front straightaway with a top spot, as the 27 of Godard still not going to move from the top side of the speedway. Brandon Hagan's trying the bottom. Mike Arquette right there with him in that 4th spot. Here comes Brent Kelsey back after him in turns 3 and 4 as he's to the outside of Josh Van Brocklin, and we got Thunder Anderson hard into the wall on the backstretch. Caution flag waves, and he hit that wall a ton back there in that number 29, bringing out the yellow once again. And right now, as that's charging towards the front of the field where he's at right now. Green flag back out. We're off and running as Evoy leads the way down into turns 1 and 2. Godard still holds down that 2nd spot as the 12 of Hagan battling down low. He has been on the top side of the speedway. He's been on the bottom side of the speedway. Just cannot seem to get the car set perfect. But right now, he is looking pretty good on the bottom. And he is trying to get by Gilles Godard as they work it up off of corner number 4.
20 laps the remaining distance now as Evoy will go to the bottom. Goddard finds a little bit of power up to the top shelf as he heads down to the backstretch in pursuit. But the race for the number 3 spot is the one to watch. Hagan on the top side. The 2 EZ of Mike Arquette as now Josh Brockway comes to a stop in turn number 2. That'll bring out the yellow lap number 20. Actually, we'll go to lap 23, I do believe, on that one. It is Evoy. Sees the green flag, and he hits the go fast pedal as he taken into turn number 1. Now, Brandon Hagan in that number 3 spot. He's got the 2 EZ of Mike Arquette to contend with, but Hagan gets a great jump off of turn 2. Sets his sights on the 27 machine of Gilles Goddard. Is the top side the fastest way around this racetrack right now? We'll have to wait and see. The cars coming out of 4, starting to bunch up a gaggle of cars, if you will. Dylan Evoy would love to run away and hide, but Goddard says, I've found something up here. Great run off of 2. On the top shelf is Goddard. Goddard now really drives hard into turn 3, coming out of 4. Goddard is doing everything and anything to catch the 83 of Dylan Evoy. Evoy on the bottom. Watch Goddard now. Top south on turn number 2. Down to the backstretch. He'll fire. Goddard, can he make the pass here in turn number 3? Evoy going to use all that racing track. Look to break the momentum on lap number 18 of Goddard. Goddard powers by on lap number 19. Your new race leader. 19 laps in. 35 laps the distance. Goddard now back to the top shelf. Evoy fights him off as hard as he can, but Goddard's got a great way around the top side here. The top shelf is the place to be for Goddard. Lap number 20, Gilles Goddard, your race leader.
Down into turns 1 and 2 they go, and Goddard has found something on the top side. Hagan trying to find the same thing. Couldn't get the job done, though, as they make their way down into turns 3 and 4. And look at Gilles Goddard go on the cushion. Up in that number 1 spot. He's got that 27 working strong now. Evoy relegated to 2nd, and Goddard is pulling away from the rest of the field here. And Gilles would like to get his 2nd career sportsman win. It would be his first ever win here at Mohawk as they make their way down the back straightaway in a whole lot of hurry. 21 laps are complete. John Green is entrance of pit road in turn number 3. Evoy trying something on the bottom to try to run down Goddard, but the yellow flag is... Caution flag waves at lap number 22, but how about Gilles Goddard on that outside groove? He planked that 27 out in front, and I'll tell you what, that top side of the speedway has really worked itself in right now with 22 laps left to go in this 22 laps complete in this 35-lap contest, 13 more to go.
Well, Gilles Goddard set him up like a cagey veteran that he is. He kept trying the top shelf, and he's like, oh, man, I got a great run here coming out of 2. He would enter turn 3 hard and fast, and he rode that top shelf all the way around. Evoy stuck to the bottom, and very smartly so on his behalf. But the thing is, Goddard was able to keep the RPMs up as he came out of 2 and entered turn 3, which negated the lead that Evoy had. So Gilles Goddard, very, very wise decision to go to the top shelf. Great track preparation tonight by A.J. Baker. As always, I'll tell you what, A.J. Baker is one of the best, if not the best, when it comes to track preparation.
B&M Performance Cycles, 439 South Main Street, Messina, New York. We handle all parts, accessories, and do all repairs. We can custom build your bike for show or hot rod. We also do New York State inspections on all motorcycles. B&M Performance Cycles. Come see us today.
Lap number 22. It is Goddard, your race leader, with Evoy. Riding along now in the number 3 spot, the number 12 of Brendan Hagan. Mike Arquette looking to finish hard and fast in that top 5. Lap number 22, we're back underway.
And I tell you what, Goddard stepped up to the top side on the restart. Here comes Evoy once again back to the bottom in his favorite lane down low. But I tell you what, Gilles Goddard has found something upstairs that nobody else has found. Brandon Hagan has been trying it up there, but the car just doesn't seem to want to go for him. And right now, he is looking to get around Evoy, though, as he comes off of corner number 4 for that 2nd spot. Meanwhile, up in front, Goddard still doing his thing up there, running that high line to perfection as he makes his way down the back straightaway. Brandon Hagan and Dylan Evoy after each other for 2nd and 3rd. Down the back stretch into turns 3 and 4 they go. Mike Arquette, Josh Van Brocklin, that's your top 5. Then it's Brent Kelsey, Ricky Thompson, Louis Jackson Jr., Devin Carone, Nolan Swamp, your top 10 as they make their way down in front. along with Jessica Power and Corey Wheeler as they attempt to make their way from the back of the field as well. But up in front, Gilles Godard is on a mission. He makes his way off of corner number 4, and that cushion is built up strong, and he is working it well on that top side of the speedway. Brandon Hagen holds down second. Evoy is third.
Gilles Godard, he is very, very fast on the top shelf. Dancing with the devil, if you will, as he goes in the turns number 3 and 4. Hagen now, he's cleared Evoy. Evoy drifts back into third. Here comes Mike Arkwood on the bottom, along with the 10 of Josh Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin now in that number 4 spot. Arkwood in the 2 easy, and that rides in that number 5 spot. They're battling out for the final points night here in the 2012 season at Mohawk. Lap number 26, Gilles Godard coming out of turn number 4. He is hitting his marks lap after lap on that top shelf. Godard now, he'll go in the turn number 2. He's got some lap traffic to contend with here. He's got the 35 of Thomas Cook Jr. to contend with, along with the 44 car of Jesse Ferguson. Ferguson now jumps up into Thomas Cook's lane, and he has to back off the throttle. Godard, that may have broke his momentum. Lap number 27 here. You got to be very careful now. You're in lap traffic. Ferguson goes to the top shelf. Godard, he'll have to go off the top, go back to the bottom, and now on the backstretch, he'll go back to where he was. This is where the race is going to be won or lost for Gilles Godard. Can he get himself into thick lap traffic and prevent Brendan Hagen from running him down on lap number 29? Back to the top shelf will go the 27 of Gilles Godard. And we got a yellow on the field here, as we've got a car turned around. I believe that's Ricky Thompson over in turn number 2 as he... Lap 29, Gilles Godard. As we said, he found the fast way around this racing surface, and it's on the top side. Now he's got Brendan Hagen. Dylan Evoy goes to the bottom, looking to come from the bottom to the top side, going to the turn 2. Green flag back on the field. Lap 29. I'll tell you what, Gilles Godard car is hooked up tonight on that top shelf. He'll go in the turn 3. He's got Brendan Hagen. Hagen's trying to make that car work as well. Lap number 30, Gilles Godard continues to lead.
5 laps left to go. Nolan Swamp just about got a piece of the fence down here in the front stretch, but he keeps it going. They make their way down the back straightaway. Gilles Godard in full control of this race. Down into turns 3 and 4. Looking to become the only other winner of a Frenchie's Ford Drive 1 Sportsman Series race if he can get the job done tonight, breaking the streak of 5 on Dylan Evoy. He's got 4 laps left to go to try to get it done. Brandon Hagen using the outside groove to try to run away and hide from Dylan Evoy. But right now, the points championship is on the line for the Frenchie's Ford Drive 1 Sportsman Series. Evoy has the 3rd spot. That would be enough to claim the championship, as only 4 points right now separate the 2nd and 3rd place drivers. Van Brocklin trying to jump up into that 3rd spot, but Evoy working himself around the top side, and Van Brocklin will now move up into spot number 3, jumps in front of Evoy coming off of turn number 2. Meanwhile, Gilles Godard off of corner number 4 with 2 laps left to go. He has got a huge lead over a straightaway on Brandon Hagen, who is doing everything in the books to run away and hide from Dylan Evoy, but Evoy's got his battle going on with Josh Van Brocklin as they make their way down the back straightaway in a whole lot of hurry. White flag being displayed this time around for Gilles Godard in what could potentially be his final year in Sportsman in an attempt to possibly go 358 modified racing in 2013. We'll have to find out. Godard down the back straightaway. Lap car Thomas Cook will not be a problem. Checkered flag will wave this time by, and ladies and gentlemen, Gilles Godard has pulled it off. Checkered flag waves, and he gets the win, his 2nd of his career, and 1st at Mohawk. Hagen comes home to 2nd. Van Brocklin to 3rd, and your Frenchie's Ford Drive 1 Sportsman Series champion, and Mike Arquette pounds the fence down here at the checkered flag, but he keeps it going over there in turn number 2, and that was
Frenchie Selects night as Jessica Power receives her gift. We'll wait for Gilles Godard to get off the Hans device. He's got a pretty happy pit crew along with him tonight. He found the fast way around the track, the top shelf, and this car was hooked up and on rails. He's out of the machine. He can hear you now. The 27, Gilles Godard! As we'll wait for Gilles to come around. Gilles, my man, you ran one hell of a race.
I've been struggling for the past month and a half. I'm just happy to be here. It's unbelievable.
So what did you find on the top shelf that nobody else had? I mean, once you got there, you were hooked up and gone.
Well, once Evo had the bottom, I had no choice to try it out, so I just went looking till I found it, and it was fast.
So did you plan to run the high side when you came out here tonight, or that just happened to work that way?
I don't usually run that good here, so I didn't know where I was going to run till I was stuck at the top, and then I decided to keep going there, so it worked out.
So anybody you'd like to thank?
I'd like to thank my crew, first of all, my wife, my kids. They all worked a hell of a lot because we wrecked pretty bad on Sunday in the big pileup, and we worked all week long, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday till midnight to get it ready, and here's the benefit from it right here.
Well, congratulations. Tonight's Frenchie Sportsman Series race winner, the 27, Gilles Godard.
Fox Hill Golf and Country Club has an early bird special that will save you money. Monday through Thursday, tee off by 11 a.m. and get 11 holes of golf with the cart for $20 or 11 holes walking for $10. Make a date on Friday. All day he pays and she plays for free. Don't forget the large driving range and practice putting green. And as always, Canadian money is at par. Supporting a green agenda, Wiley Trash Removal has been serving the community for over 40 years. Wiley Trash Removal also recycles cardboard and paper. Call 315-764-0038.
At a dead heat for this championship. Raby and Dunn are at a dead heat for this track title. Green is in the air. 50 laps of competition coming your way. I'm going to 1 and 2 for the first time. Raby, your early race leader. Luke Whitaker in the 38 along with the 17 of Danny O'Brien, but here comes Gage Moran working that outside groove in the number 16. Billy Dunn right there with him as they work it up off of corner number 4. Dale Plank in the 77. Working in spot number 6. Matt Billings just behind him in 7th. That is the battle right now for the Frenchie Chevy Runs Deep 358 Modified Series Championship, and O'Brien with problems on the backstretch. Him and Billy Dunn tangle coming off of turn number 2, and O'Brien pulls it to the infield. Done for this race and out of it for the track championship as well. So O'Brien, a tough break for him, but right now Chris Raby leading the way down the back straightaway. Holds about a 2-car length lead on Luke Whitaker, with Gage Moran sitting back there in 3rd. Plank up into 4th. Billy Dunn rounds out the top 5. 6 is Matt Billings. And right now Matt trying to keep that 23D in his sights and trying to get on by him. In the chase for this Frenchie Chevy Runs Deep Series Championship, up in front, Chris Raby making it look easy as he works it up off of corner number 4 in the 01. He's got the lead. 38 of Whitaker just behind him in 2nd. Gage Moran works that Bicknell chassis ride to 3rd. Dale Plank right there with him in the Twin Leaf Express 77, holding down 4th. Billy Dunn rounds out the top 5 in the 23D with Matt Billings just behind him in 6th. Then it's Roy Tarbell the 7th. Kerry Torrance is 8th. 9th is Brian McDonald rounding out the top 10. Right now at this time, I believe it is Ryan Bartlett aboard the 55X as he motors down the front stretch just in front of Tommy Conklin with 5 complete.
5 laps in. Chris Raby looking to enter lap traffic on this lap, as now the battle for the number 3 spot is taking place. Blake to the inside of the 16 of Moran. Dunn on the bottom, 3 wide, coming out of 4. Billy Dunn now, he gets that number 3 spot away. Gage Moran says, not so fast, my friend. Back to the top side he'll go. Here comes Billy Dunn and Moran. They are side by side in the turns 3 and 4. Dale Plank, he looks to enter the fray as well. Luke Whitaker, don't look in your rearview mirror. You've got a whole fleet of cars coming at you, and fast. Chris Raby now splits the difference down the backstretch. He'll go as Laurent Ladouceur will take his car pit side. To the top shelf will go Chris Raby. A lot of lap cars now between him and Billy Dunn and Gage Moran. About 4 of them. 3 of them rather, as now Luke Whitaker in that number 2 spot, as Chris Raby took one out of the Gilles Godard playbook on lap number 8. He's gone the fast way around the track, and that would be the top shelf. Dancing with a double in between turns 3 and 4. Raby now sets his sights on the B24 machine, looks to get around him and have himself a bingo. That he does on this one. To the bottom will go Raby. as now Luke Whitaker rides in second along with Gage Moran. Wow, look at the gaggle of cars coming out of 2. Billy Dunn has cleared the 16 of Moran, sets his sights on the 38 machine of Luke Whitaker. Lap number 10, Chris Raby continues to lead.
And we could have a little bit of a replay from the qualifying heat as Raby leads the way. Billy Dunn has just gotten around Luke Whitaker to pick up second. Whitaker relegated to third. The battle is on for fourth. Here comes Kerry Torrance in the 66. He is charged from the middle of the pack in this field up to challenge in the top 5 already, and he's underneath Luke Whitaker to try to get that third spot away, and does so. Meanwhile, Billy Dunn slowly trying to reel in the 0-1 of Raby down the back straightaway. Raby holds a straightaway lead, but Billy Dunn is very quick on the bottom side of the speedway. Gets into turns 3 and 4. He's going to take it to the top side of corners 3 and 4. Running Raby down in a hurry. Down the front straightaway they go. 12 laps are complete. Dunn immediately fires back down to the bottom of the speedway. Tommy Jock and the 188 of David Papineau just in front of your leader down the back stretch into turns 3 and 4. Now, Raby has the outside groove. He works through the middle of the racetrack, right in between Papineau and Jock as they make their way down in front. Move over flag coming out for the lap machines as Raby digs down low. He gets by Jock coming down into turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. David Papineau just in front of Billy Dunn, but here comes Kerry Torrance. That Twin Leaf Express 66 hooked up anywhere he wants to go. He drove it right through the middle that time. Off of corner number 4, he looks to run down Billy Dunn for the number 2 spot. Up in front, though, Raby continues to lead the way. Tommy Jock Jr. right in front of the leaders as they make their way down the back straightaway in a whole lot of hurry. Raby leads the way. Billy Dunn, Kerry Torrance, Matt Billings is up to 4th right now, and then the battle for 5th rages on with Raby your leader at lap 15.
Raby is your leader. He clears the 19 car of Luke Stewart. Back to the top shelf he'll go. Billy Dunn, he likes that bottom groove, but Chris Raby able to keep the foot on the gas coming out of the turns with the top shelf. Kevin Gamble, the 7D will be the next lap car for the 01 of Chris Raby, the point championship. And now Dunn will go dancing with the devil as he comes out of 4. Lap number 16, he sets his sights on the 01 of Raby. Gamble, will he be able to hold off Raby long enough for Dunn to get close? Gamble likes that top shelf as well. That's where he's run. Danny O'Brien, best seat of the house so far tonight as he is parked over in between turns 3 and 4. Lap 17 now. It is Billy Dunn. He is in pursuit not only of the 01 of Raby, but of track championship himself. Raby to the bottom now as Gamble will fight his way back to the top side. The top shelf's where to be. Here comes Billy Dunn out of turn 4. He's almost pulling in even with the 01 of Chris Raby. Can't do so in lap traffic. To the bottom in 1. Here comes Billy Dunn. Billy Dunn on the bottom. The 01 of Raby to the top side. Raby pulls up ahead now by about a car length lead. Lap number 18. Chris Raby. What a fantastic track championship race this is going to be. Billy Dunn on the bottom. Raby to the top side. Here comes Billy Dunn back along to the bottom in turn number 1. He pulls ahead of Raby now, just in front of him by about 1 car length lead. Lap traffic the issue. Preston Forbes, the man in the middle now, as Billy Dunn has cleared Chris Raby on the bottom side. Raby looking for something coming out of 4. Lap number 20. Billy Dunn, your new race leader.
And Kerry Torrance has just taken over the top spot. He slid right up through the middle and grabbed the lead away, coming down the back straightaway. Dunn relegated to 2nd. Here comes Raby back after him into 3rd. The battle is on for the number 1 spot as they make their way off of corner number 4. Kerry Torrance, your race leaders. They make their way down in front. Billy Dunn, Chris Raby, 2nd and 3rd right now as they make their way into turns 1 and 2. Right now in spot number 4 is the 74 of Matt Billings doing everything he can. Dale Plank rounds out the top 5 as we got him 3 wide going into turns 3 and 4 with the lap machines of Shane Pecor and Lee Miller right there on the top side coming off of corner number 4 with the 23 of Dunn working that bottom side of the speedway. Raby right there with him in the number 3 spot. Right now the track championship belongs to Billy Dunn by 1 point unofficially at this time. Meanwhile, Kerry Torrance setting sail on the rest of the lap traffic as Kevin Federley and Mario Clare make contact with and Lee Miller pounds the wall down here on the front stretch, and the 77 machine keeps it going. We're going to stay under green, and Mario Clare with problems in the 22 after contact with Federley, and he pulls it to a stop on the backstretch. Caution flag is going to wave here with 23 laps. Championship is far from over as well. And Billy Dunn looking to go to the top side. Kerry Torrance will fire first from the bottom. Green flag is back in the air. We're underway. Quickly down into turns 1 and 2. Rabi tries to drive it deep into turn number 1 up underneath Billy Dunn in turn number 2. Down the back straightaway they go. Kerry Terrance has the lead, but Billy Dunn fights off Rabi as they make their way into corners 3 and 4. Now Terrance will back it into turns 3 and 4 and drive it hard off of corner number 4 from the bottom. 25 are complete.
Lots of forward bite for the 66X twin leaf powered machine of Kerry Terrance. Now down to the backstretch. That 2 will fire Kerry Terrance. Down to the backstretch he'll go. Billy Dunn in pursuit here. Matt Billings now has taken over the number 3 spot away from the 01 of Chris Rabi. Dale Plank rounds out your top 5. Lap number 26. Kerry Terrance continues to lead. If this race were to end right now, it would be Billy Dunn as your 2012 modified track champion. Billy Dunn, though, not content with that. He's going to look to run down the Kerry Terrance and that 66X machine coming out of 4. Kerry Terrance continues to pull away ever so slightly from the 23D of Billy Dunn. Billy Dunn hooked up with this Laurent Ladouceur ride for 95% of the season so far. It is Kerry Terrance up in front now in turn number 3. Back to turn number 3 as well. Billy Dunn trying everything he can, but he just does not have the power and the forward bite coming out of turn number 4. Maybe he's saving his tires for the later stages of this race. 50 lapper tonight on the Frenchie Chevy Runs Deep Series finale and the 2012 regular season finale here at Mohawk. As now coming out of 4, once again, lap number 28. Or 29, rather, it will be Kerry Terrance. 3 wide down to the backstretch as you've got Papineau and Federally mixing it up into turns 3 and 4. Here comes Kerry Terrance. Lap traffic going to be an issue here on lap number 29. Lap number 30 is where Kerry Terrance is going to run into some heavy lap traffic.
And right now, Billy Dunn just trying to keep him in his sights as he makes his way down in front with just 20 laps left to go. Caution flag waves on the speedway, and we have got nothing that I can see right at the moment.
Hi, I'm Mike Jones. We're here at StarTech Computer. We have computers, cellular telephones, and music equipment. We do repairs on most makes and models of computers.
StarTech, where we make things work for you.
Supporting a green agenda, Wiley Trash Removal has been serving the community for over 40 years. Wiley Trash Removal also recycles cardboard and paper. Call 315-764-0038.
Ready to go green off of corner number 4. Kerry Terrance sees the green. He fires first. We're back underway. Green is in the air. Terrance switches lanes. He goes to the top side. Here comes Billy Dunn after him in turns 1 and 2. Dunn to the bottom. Kerry Terrance on the top side, but Terrance pulls away down into turns 3 and 4. Now Dunn will settle it down on the bottom. Terrance looking to stick with that high line. Coming off of corner number 4, but watch for the natural. He is working that top shelf up off of corner number 4. Meanwhile, battle for spot number 4 on the racetrack. It is Rabi up underneath Matt Billings to try to take away that position. As they make their way down the back straightaway, Billings, a full head of steam off of turn 2, will drag race Rabi into turn number 3. They back it in up on the top side of the speedway off of corner number 4 they go. It's Terrance, Billy Dunn, Dale Plank, and now Rabi pulls up into spot number 4, getting by Matt Billings to move into the number 4 spot as Billings relegated to 5th. Here comes Roy Tarbell in the 007. He rides in 6th, then it's Gage Morin into 7th. Ryan Bartlett is charged up through the field up into 8th. 9th is the 96 of Brian McDonald. Luke Whitaker, who led this race early on, rounds out the top 10 in the 38. 33 laps are complete. And right now the Twin Leaf Express 66 of Terrance holds down the lead. The Mr. Rad 23D of Dunn rides in 2nd. Another Twin Leaf Express ride up for Dale Plank up into spot number 3, but he is working way upstairs into the heavens off of corner number 4. He's got that 3rd position. 34 laps complete, 16 more to go. And Billy Dunn, you don't know if he's just trying to save something for the end of this race. It looks like he may be closing, going into turns 3 and 4. Terrance settles it in on the top side. Billy Dunn right down low against the tires. We're 15 laps left to go.
15 laps to go. Billy Dunn rides in 2nd. He's looking to lock up a first ever track championship here at Mohawk. Lap traffic now an issue for Kerry Torrance. He looks to get by the 77 of Lee Miller. Billy Dunn goes to the bottom along with Kerry Torrance. Lee Miller now gets a little squirrely coming out of 4. Kerry Torrance back to the top side in turn number 1. 14 laps to go. Kerry Torrance sets his sights on the B24 here as he'll go into turns 3 and 4. Back to the top shelf will go Kerry. But where is Billy Dunn going to go? Out of turn 4, Billy Dunn sticks to the bottom, looking to gain ever so slightly on Kerry Torrance. Not sure if he's going to be able to do so. He looks best in turns 1 and coming out of 2. But Kerry Torrance now, he'll put the power to the clay, going down to the backstretch to the top shelf in turn number 3. Will go Kerry Torrance out of 4. Lap 37 is Kerry Torrance now as he continues to lead. 13 laps remaining for Kerry Torrance as now he's got Kevin Federley and Thomas Jock Jr. in front of him as the next 2 lap cars. Billy Dunn now starting to close that gap once again. Did Billy Dunn save that right rear for this occasion? Did he save it for the last 12 laps of the race? We got to see. Lap number 39 will be scored as Kerry Torrance. Torrance now will go to the inside of the 57 machine. Here comes Thomas Jock. Be very careful here, Kerry, as you've got Billy Dunn looking to pounce and have you make a mistake. But now, to the bottom, make no mistake of it here as Kerry Torrance looking to get by the number 31 machine. He does so on lap number 40.
And Dale Plank jumped the cushion in turns 3 and 4. That's going to allow Rabby to pick up the number 3 spot. Meanwhile, back up in front to the leaders. This is going to be a battle right down to the wire as Billy Dunn looks to reel in Kerry Torrance. He is right on the back doorstep. And Luke Stewart, a lap machine right there in front of the leader off of corner number 4. He gives him the lane on the top side. Billy Dunn's going to have to pick a lane. Do I want to go to the bottom or do we want to go to the top side? What do we do? And he's going to have to settle in behind Luke Stewart. He loses some ground to Kerry Torrance that time. Meanwhile, the battle still rages on for third. Plank has been able to get back around the 01 of Rabby coming down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Matt Billings continues to round out the top 5 with the 007 of Roy Tarbell into 6th. Gage Moore in his 7th. Brian McDonald into 8th. Luke Whitaker 9th. And Tommy Conklin rounds out the top 10 with just 8 laps left to go in this one. And Kerry Torrance trying to put away his second straight feature win if he can make it happen. Off of corner number 4 they go down in front. 7 laps left to go, and Kerry Torrance pulls down the lead, but Billy Dunn is not going away quietly. Down the back straightaway they go into turns 3 and 4. David Papineau right in front of your leaders. Here comes Dunn and a charge on the top side of the speedway, but the car just does not seem to want to go on the top side. He's going to have to make something work on the bottom. 4 laps left to go. Or 6 laps left to go, rather, and Torrance still holds the lead. Dunn with a strong drive down the backstretch. 3 car lengths separate the top 2 drivers. Into turns 3 and 4. Torrance trying to get by Shane Pecor as they motor down the front straightaway. Coming around, 5 laps left to go.
5 laps to go. Kerry Torrance now. He runs up front. Billy Dunn now. He'll pull a wheel alongside of him coming out of 2. To the bottom will go Billy Dunn. Sets his sights on Kerry Torrance. Torrance to the top side. Lee Miller now, the man in the mix. Torrance and Billy Dunn get together. They back out of the gas. Lee Miller gets out of the way. Here comes Kerry Torrance. 4 laps to go. Kerry Torrance, your race leader. Billy Dunn to the bottom. Kerry Torrance is in the middle. Coming out of 2. Billy Dunn, do you have enough power down to the backstretch? Kerry Torrance breaks away with about a 3-car length lead. Top shelf is Kerry Torrance. Bottom is Billy Dunn. Billy Dunn out of 4 now, still rides in 2nd. Dale Plank in 3rd. Chris Rabby in 4th. Matt Billings is in the top 5. We've got 3 laps remaining. Can Billy Dunn win his first ever Mohawk Track Championship? That remains to be seen. He's also trying to win the Frenchies Chevy Runs Deep Series race here tonight, as well as the overall title. 2 laps to go now, side by side. Billy Dunn to the bottom, gets a little more power coming into 2. He pulls alongside Kerry Torrance. Can they do it? Neck and neck, down to the backstretch, they'll fire. Kerry Torrance to the top shelf. Billy Dunn backs off the gas just ever so slightly. Kerry Torrance comes around. 1 lap remaining here. Billy Dunn looking to make the power move on the bottom, going into 1 and coming out of 2. Kerry Torrance eases off the throttle just a little bit, but here comes Billy Dunn back on the bottom. Lap traffic now is the issue. Kerry Torrance, he's got a pretty comfortable margin here. Look out, some cars getting out of shape. Kerry Torrance to the bottom of the checkered flag. Kerry Torrance wins tonight's 50-lap event. Billy Dunn, your 2012 Mohawk International Raceway track champion, Billy Dunn. Congratulations as well. We'll go out to the 66X to Kerry Tarrant's back-to-back victories here at the Mohawk International Raceway for Kerry Tarrant.
Hey kids, do you know where Cubby and T-Bear live?
Bears Den!
If you said Bears Den, you're right. Bears Den is the home of Cubby's Birthday Club, a special club for just kids. Bears Den has a Cubby's menu just for you with yummy meals and awesome desserts. And for your birthday, you get a special treat from Cubby. Joining Cubby's Club, you'll get invited to Cubby's parades, events, and contests all over town. Cubby's Birthday Club at Bears Den Restaurant in Hogansburg, New York, the home of Cubby and T-Bear.
Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bears Den. Come and see us now, 'cause you're gonna love the wow at Bears Den.
So, second win in a row and second of the 2012 season here. What a way to cap it off. This Labor Day shootout. Fourth overall win for Kerry. He's got 2 wins at Cornwall this year. And there he is out of the car. How about a big round of applause? Second win of the season for Kerry Tarrant. Former track champion here back in 2010. And picks up a well-deserved feature win once again as we'll grab a quick word with Kerry. And Jamie's got a bunch of goodies for him down here in front as well. They're going to get a picture taken with him here down in front. Then we'll step in here and take a quick word with Kerry. All right, here we go, Kerry. Congratulations, man. I'll tell you what, that looked like it was a lot of fun out there with you and Billy going at it.
Yeah, it was. I didn't know he was right there at the end until he showed me his door, but I just pushed it in the corners a little bit harder in the last 2 corners, and lap trap worked out for me. So
seemed like this car could go anywhere you wanted to. You pretty much snuck in there and got the lead while the other 2 guys were battling it out there. And it didn't matter what. You could go to the top, you could cut through the middle, and right to the bottom. This car was just on a rail.
yeah, I don't know what happened there. They split up, and next thing you know, the lead was right there, and just went ahead, took it from the bottom, and I don't know, the car was awesome.
It's quite the way to finish the year, of course. You know, you ran strong all season, but you know, to finally get these 2 wins, it's got to make you feel a little more confident going into these big tour races coming up.
Yeah, for sure. Get the last 2 here. Hopefully we can three-peat.
Yeah, let's hope. You know, you got the big one at Cornwall coming up this Sunday as well. That's going to make you feel good, too.
Yeah, hopefully we'll just take our time and work on this car, get it back to where it needs to be, and go after it.
All right, congratulations, Kerry. Let you go celebrate with you guys. Another fine victory.
Thanks.
All right, Kerry Tarrant for win number 2 of the year, and he's going to make somebody a little extra money.